All right, so it is a beautiful night here in Pennsylvania. It is 59 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. And I have some trees that are waking up. You can see behind me, I got a couple trees there. So let's go inside and work on a couple other trees that I need to repot, as well as a couple things that came in the mail. So let's go take a look. All right, so next up we have this black walnut tree that was growing in my backyard in, I believe, 2023. So this tree is going on its third growing season right now. As you can see, it just came out of dormancy, so I figured now would be a good time for me to do a little bit of pruning on this. You know, it's interesting with this one because in the beginning of 2024, I did a prune on this and it was just a giant stick in a pot. It was, you would never think that this would be a a good bonsai tree. So it was just a giant stick in a pot, and it has come a long way from where it was, even less than a year ago. So what I'm going to do today is prune this up, and I was debating doing a repot on this, but I think I'm just going to let this one go for another year. Maybe I'll come back to this one next spring and see how those roots look then. So I'm just going to give it one more year to marinate in this pot here. Now, I don't really see a lot of people using black walnuts as bonsai trees just because their leaves get really large. But I was thinking, just based on the speed that this thing is able to change from a stick in a pot where it was at last year to where it is right now, getting all this ramification, it might be an interesting fall or winter tree to look at. Once all the leaves are off of it, maybe that's the best way to display a black walnut tree. Just food for thought. But anyway, let's get in and do some pruning. All right, so let's break down this tree. So I'm really digging what's going on down here at the base of the tree. I feel like this will develop nicely in the future. We have a little bit of movement going on this trunk. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of a curve. And then we have this branch coming forward, because I believe this right here is the front. I don't think that's our front there. That's not so great. I mean, that's okay, but we have this big scar in the front, which, it's not too bad. It's kind of early in the game right now still. But as of right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing right here. So it comes up, we have the trunk split into 1, 2, 3 basically. This one right here, I feel like I'm going to clip off. So we'll get rid of that one eventually. And then this branch comes up and then splits into two with this little one right here. And then this other one on the other side. So these are coming out at the same spot. And then it comes up, and then we have this one right here and this one here right here. On the other side over here, it comes up and then splits into 2, or 1, 2, and 3 right here actually. So I think I want to take this middle one out and just have these two grow and maybe snip these two back a little bit more. So first things first is I want to snip this branch back right here. So I think I'll prune that right back. There we go. And I don't think I'll keep any clippings from this. Next up, I think I want to take out this middle branch right here and have it go from 1, 2, 3 to just 1 and 2. Let's see if we can get in there. There we go. That one's gone. All right, I'm digging that. So now it comes up and then goes from 1 to 2 right here. And we'll let these grow. I think these are short enough that they'll be fine. Next up, let's take a look at this section here. And I'm thinking I want to have it come up and change from 1, 2, 3 to just getting rid of this middle piece and have it go from 1 to just 2. All right, so let's get rid of this middle one right here. There we go. Gone. Now, if you look here, you can see that there's a little tiny bud right there on that side and on the other side. And there's a bud right here that's facing going this way, and another one that is going that way in the back. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of a risky move, and I'm going to cut all of this part back to right here. That way, if this ramifies out that way and that way, we have it nice and tight, probably about 3/4 of an inch from right here to right there. So let's snip that back quick, leaving just a little bit of room for dieback. Now on this side over here, this branch goes up pretty dang high. From like here to all the way off camera is about, I'd say about 4.5 inches. So I don't want it that tall, but if I'm looking at the buds here, I see there's a little tiny bud down there, but it's way too close to the base of the branch right down there. So I'm thinking I'm going to snip it to this one right here so that we can have a little bit shorter of a branch. So let's prune that up, leaving just a tiny bit of dieback. Gone. So yeah, I think that'll do it for this little black walnut. We have the trunk coming up, splitting into 2, comes up, splits into 2 again, and then we'll hopefully get some budding out there, and where is it on this side? Here and here, which is great. That's some good directions. And these are already starting to bud out, so that will be pretty cool. So yeah, I think this one is done, and we'll let this one grow for the rest of the spring, and take a look at this in a couple months, and hopefully it will be really bursting with lots of branches and lots of leaves. So yeah, that's it for this one. Let's go to another tree. All right, so today we have a package from Kevin, otherwise known as Deciduous Snurb, all the way from Indiana, I believe. I sent Kevin one of the seedlings and seeds from Ginkgo Fest, and he was kind enough to send me a little gift here. So thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. So let's crack this open and take a look. So we got a little note here, and it says, Dave, I was excited to hear that you didn't yet have a Japanese maple, and you wanted to try growing some sweet gum and had an interest in American persimmon as well. So I've included multiples of each to ensure some survive the bare root shipping and provide you with some planting options. Also, the persimmons need male and female trees to cross-pollinate and produce fruit. And at this point, there's no way to tell, so I gave you 7 along with some additional seeds if you want to try growing more. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so excited. The seeds should already be stratified since I got them from my local persimmon tree where they stayed cold and moist under a layer of leaves all winter. So they should be good to go. Oh man, Kevin, that is awesome. We got some nice padding here. It was packed very nicely. I think these must be the seeds. Whoa, look at that. Let's see. Oh, we got a bunch here. Okay, nice twist ties on there. I like just a little bit of plastic on there to keep them in. Wow. Kevin, you're spoiling me here. This is amazing. Wow. I love how you pack these all together. Very well done. Yeah, this is so cool. So thank you so much, Kevin, for these. Oh, let's take a look at the seeds quick. They're still a little damp. That's great. Look at those. That is amazing. I can't wait to start germinating these as well. And I will quickly be putting these into some soil soon. So yeah, great gift from Deciduous Nerve today. Kevin, thank you so much. I really appreciate these. I can't wait to pot all these up and watch them grow in the future. Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so we are back a couple days later, and as you can see, these are the Japanese maples. So Kevin told me that the one with the red twist ties are Japanese maples. These right here are the persimmons. And these right here are the sweet gum. So we're gonna focus first on the Japanese maple here. As you can tell, the Japanese maple are definitely awake. Look at those leaves popping out. So let's open up this bag and take a look at these roots. Now I believe there's 8 in here. There we go. All right, let's separate these carefully. So all of these are awake right now. So that is pretty dang great. So the first one is I'm going to use one of my newly made Lego pots. So this is pretty fun. I love a good Lego pot. So let's pot one of these up. Little drainage screen here. So looking at this one here, I want to get this buried to about right here. So I'm just going to do some minor root pruning here. All right, so we exposed a little bit more of the trunk here. So there we go. That's it's not too bad. And we're going to bury the rest of this here. All right, that'll be fine. Let's put some water on now. All right, that'll work. And we got another pot here. So there we go. Let's get this going. I think we're gonna put 2 in this pot here. All right, so next up, let's go with this one here. And let me get a pot for it. So I'm going to try and have some of these pots be in their own individual pot. And this one is going to go in this little tiny trainer pot there. I'm not going to touch the roots or anything for now. They're just going to be what they're going to be. This year we just want to get them in the pots and get them going. There we go, there's another one. Next up we have this little guy right there. And we'll put that in this little mac and cheese container here. There's not a whole lot going on with the roots here, but we'll see how it grows. There we go. That looks pretty good. Next up, we're going to go with this tree here in this pot here. I got a hole that I cut in the bottom here and a drainage screen in there. So let's get some soil in there. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, it's leaning a little bit to the one side, but that's fine. Not worried about it. All right, 2 more to go. All right, next up, we're going to use this plastic pot here for the next tree. It's got this built-in mesh here. It's okay. I'm still going to use one of these drainage screens to put over top of it. So let's go with this one here. And again, I'm not going to touch the roots. Just going to let this marinate this here with the long roots right now. All right, there we go. That one's good. This one has a nice little curve to it. We'll see how this grows. And I have another one of these little plastic pots with that built-in mesh, and I will put another drainage screen over that. And we're going to use the last Japanese maple right here. Let's pot this up. Yeah, that looks great. I'm happy with that. Sweet. All right, so these are looking pretty great. I'm super happy with these. So we'll see how these things will grow in the future. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Japanese maples. Super cool. So thank you, Kevin, for these. That's extremely exciting. I'm very stoked to see what's going to happen with these trees. Awesome. So next, let's pot up some of the other trees he gave us. All right, so next up we have the American persimmons. So let's untie this one and take a look at these. So for this one, I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 groups of 3. So maybe these 3 in one. These 3 in another. And then these 2 individual. So let's work on the groups of 3 first. So for the group of 3 there, I'm going to use this pot here with this big drainage screen. So let's pop that in there. And let's start filling this up with soil. All right, there we go. There's the first 3. And actually, I think this one I'm going to do next by itself in this pot here. So let's do that. There we go. There's one. And next up, these 2 right here are going to go in this pot here. So this is a ceramic pot, I believe. And I'm just reusing this from another tree that I had in there. So let's pot these two up. All right, there we go. Two more potted up. All right, the next one's gonna go in this plastic pot here. Again, just reusing an old pot from a different tree I had in there. And we have two drainage screens. All right, there we go. Here's this one. And here's our final persimmon tree. And for this one, I'm going to use a little pot that my daughter got from school last year. So we're going to reuse this little pot. Perfect. And let's fill this up. All right, and here we go. Here's the last one. The last of the American persimmon. All right, so we have all the American persimmons potted up. So yeah, looking pretty good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trees potted up. Man, this is gonna be exciting. I think some of these I might up pot to be in some bigger containers to actually have them grow as full-on trees someday. I think that'd be amazing. And then the rest of them have as bonsai. So, all right, so let's get on to those sweet gum. And if you see here, I went through and put a label on each of these little pots because right now they're just sticks in a pot. So once they go out with the rest of my trees, I'm not going to have any idea what they are. So yeah, putting labels on will definitely help me in the future. All right, and next up we have the sweet gum trees. So let's get these out, and you can tell that the buds are really starting to swell up here. Yeah, looking good. Hopefully soon these things will be leafing out and getting ready for spring. I did add some water to these recently, so that's why there's like a big chunk of water in there. All right, so we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So let's pot up the first one. All right, so the first tree is gonna go in this plastic pot here. All right, there's 1 and 2. All right, let's get some soil in there. And again, we're not gonna touch the roots. We're just gonna let this grow this year. All right, there we go. There's the first one down. Next up, we're gonna use one of my Lego pots. Love the Lego pots. So let me get a drainage screen for that one. Here we go. Nice big drainage screen. And let's throw some soil in. And actually this one, I'm going to trim just a little bit. Since I have such a small pot here, I'm going to trim about maybe about 1/3 of the roots off the bottom here. Just to give us a little bit more room. Okay, that'll do it for this one. The next one's going in a converted milk carton that I use for some of my seedlings. So let's get a screen for that one. There we go. Okay, there's our next one. And the rest I'm going to put in this pot right here because I'm I'm running out of pots to put them in. So for now, I'm just going to put these 5 in this big pot right here. So let's do this. Here's the drainage screen. All right, I think that will do. All right, and here is our sweet gum trees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've never been able to grow a sweet gum tree from seed, so this is amazing. So thank you again, Kevin. I will cherish these trees. So yeah, let's watch these things grow in the spring and summer and see what they look like in a few months. So, as always, thanks for watching.